Hello friends, good afternoon, welcome to Chandu biology classes. So first of all, if you are listening, please tell me whether I am audible. So this is the mathematics class pertaining to IIT JAM Biotechnology. Okay, this is the mathematics class that we are starting pertaining to what? IIT JAM Biotechnology course. Okay, so like you know, along with biotechnology you will have subjects of physics, chemistry and mathematics, that is PCM. Okay, so we here at Chandu biology classes, we are offering not just the core paper, that is biotechnology, we are also offering support for even physics, chemistry and mathematics. So every Monday and Tuesday you will be having classes on mathematics, and Wednesday and Thursday you will be having classes on chemistry, and when it comes to Friday and Saturday you will be having classes on what? You will be having classes on physics. Clear? So I have made it clear when it comes to the schedule. Audible? Fine. Good afternoon, Nishant. Okay. If you have doubt, you can please post it in the comment section. Okay. So let us start with our syllabus. So I hope all of you already watched the this one, what to say, our strategy video, where we have done PCM strategy, complete PCM strategy for this thing, biotechnology, IIT JAM Biotechnology PCM strategy we have done completely. So when it comes to mathematics, okay, when it comes to mathematics, like you know, when it comes to IIT JAM BT Biotechnology, so if you talk about biotechnology or core paper or biology, you will have 33 questions. Total how many questions we have? We have 60 questions. Out of that, on an average 33 questions are from biotechnology or biologies. Okay, so remaining are how many? Remaining are 27. Out of these 27, majority questions comes from chemistry, then followed by mathematics, then physics. Okay, on an average from chemistry you can expect at least 10 questions. Okay, 10 to 12 questions. Mathematics 6 to 8 questions or 8 questions on an average. On an average you can expect 8 questions from mathematics, 8 to 10 questions, it may vary, and when it comes to physics 5 to 6 questions, 5 to 6 questions. So it will be of the level of intermediate level, that is 10 plus 2 level, not of the level of any competitive exam like what EAP set level or K set level or JEE mains level. It will be not of that level, but we will prepare to the level of at least any state entrance exam, like in Andhra and Telangana we have EAP set, in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu we have set exams, right? So we will prepare at that level so that you will be easily able to attempt this question with more confidence and also score very well. So that is our aim. Alright, so that is our aim when it comes to PCM. So I am already taking classes for JEE mains and also advanced. So I think I am well equipped to teach mathematics when it comes to IIT JAM Biotechnology. Same way our physics faculty and chemistry faculty are also well versed when it comes to their respective subjects. So this is the introduction I would like to tell you about PCM. Now coming to mathematics per se, I would like to talk about, see we have in the syllabus we have how many topics? 20 topics are there or 20 chapters. Okay, chapters are 20. Okay, you may think there are so many chapters, but I would like to tell you this can be divided into 3 blocks. Okay, this can be divided into 3 blocks. Okay, if I talk about this, first of all, the most important block I would say is we have trigonometry. It is the foundation of mathematics. Then we have limits. Then we have continuity, limits and continuity. I will write it here, limits, continuity and differentiability. Then we have integration. Okay, integration. Then we have differential equation. Then we have application of differentiation, and also application of integration. This entire block, okay, this entire block I will call it as calculus block. Although trigonometry is completely different when it comes to calculus, but without trigonometry you cannot solve calculus questions, because they are not going to give functions of x everywhere. They are going to give questions based on trigonometry. So you should be very strong in trigonometry. Then any other chapter, not just calculus, any other chapter they have asking questions based on trigonometry. So knowing trigonometry is highly important. That's why in your class 10th itself you will be introduced to trigonometry. Okay, so that is one thing when it comes to this thing, this is one block. Another block I would say is, see, you should know concept of permutation and combination, then probability, okay, then we have something called statistics. This is one block, okay, this is one block. So this is one block, and another block, let me tell you, let me write it here. Another block, let me write it here, that is mostly algebra. Okay, we can group it as algebra. That is, we have sets, relation and function, okay, then quadratic equation and complex numbers or complex analysis. In your subject it is called complex analysis. And then what we have, what do we have after complex analysis? What do we have? We have binomial theorem, theory of equations, binomial theorem. Like this we have various chapters. Like this we have to group it into 3 sub-blocks, okay, 3 sub-blocks. So apart from this, if you learn calculus, advanced calculus becomes easy. Then we have something called general aptitude. So general aptitude will be of class 10th level. So that for that, whatever the already I have been doing the YouTube session for JLDL classes. There I have done some concepts like number system, all these things. So when it comes to general aptitude, so what are the topics that you have to focus? You can focus on that, or we will do it freshly again. So we have to focus on number system. We have to focus on percentage. After that, ratio and proportion. Okay, let me write general aptitude separately so that you will get the clarity. So when it comes to general aptitude, because these are the questions which you should not miss, because general aptitude question, most students who write the exam, they will get it correct, because they will be preparing for not just IIT JAM, they will be preparing for multiple exams. So what happens is, general aptitude questions, they will get it correct. So you are expected to get it correct because you have to be in the competition. So what is the order of study that we should follow? That is number system. It's the first thing that we have to focus, because the questions in number system will appear like difficult, but they are actually easy. But number system, if you know the concept, you can attend. Otherwise, you can just leave the question. You cannot attend the question. But any other chapter like percentage or something, you would have been exposed to percentage or something, you would have learned it in school level also. At least using that knowledge, it may take some time to solve the question, but you can attend. But number system question, it's not like that. You cannot attend. For example, if I give 124 to the power of 373, what is the unit digit of this? You cannot attend without the concept. Okay, you cannot attend without the concept. Like that, second chapter I would say is percentage. It is percentage. Next is ratio and proportion. Okay, ratio and proportion. See, percentage and ratio and proportion are actually linked chapter. Why do we use percentage? To compare. For example, if you go home after school or after college, they will ask how much your friend got. Okay, how much you got. The comparison happens in everyday life with respect to everything. Okay, so percentage we use for comparison, even ratio we use for comparison. After comparison, we will analyze the data. So the data we analyze and we put it into the form of pie chart or bar chart or whatever. Correct? No. So next chapter is, if you are strong in percentage and ratio and proportion, you can do data interpretation very well. Data interpretation questions will be very easy if you are strong in percentage. Okay, if you are strong in percentage, profit and loss is nothing, because it is expansion of percentage chapter itself. If you increase in percentage is called profit, decrease in percentage is called loss. So profit and loss, percentage is nothing but profit and loss only, application of that. Okay, next important thing is time and work. Okay, time, speed, distance. Okay, time and work, time, speed, distance. Okay, if you time and work, time, speed, distance. So if I talk about time, speed, distance, see in books, various aptitude books, they will give so many chapters. Okay, chapter on trains. Okay, chapter on various relative speed, all these things. See, chapter on boats and streams, chapter on trains, chapter on escalators. Like this, they will give various chapters. But the basic is time, speed, distance. If you know time, speed, distance, you can solve chapter on boats and streams. You can solve chapter on trains or questions on trains. So these are all the important chapters which you have to focus when it comes to general aptitude. Okay, in general aptitude, they can ask permutation, combination also, probability also, which we will learn in our core maths paper itself. Okay, so you need not study that separately. Okay, but when it comes to probability and it comes to permutation, combination, they are not asking the general aptitude kind of question. They are asking little conceptual. For example, questions on conditional probability. Okay, for example, questions on permutation and combination where repetition is allowed, repetition is not allowed, countables, non-countables. Okay, all these things they are asking. Dearrangement theorem, all these things they are asking. Okay, no need to panic. We will study everything in a peaceful way. Okay, with lot of practice. Okay, so nothing to worry. Okay, first thing we have to study the things in a organized way. Okay, so when I talk about this one, here I left out one very important block, that is geometry. That is geometry. See, we will give lot of time when it comes to calculus because it is having highest weightage, one of the highest weightage if I combine all these chapters. Next we are having sets, relation and functions, that is also we will give time, but that is easy chapter, nothing much to worry, we will give time. But geometry, till now the question paper has come, no, if you count there are 38 questions that has come from geometry. If you are thorough with these 38 questions, any question that comes in the examination you will be able to solve. But to solve these 38 questions you will need some basics that we will provide in the class. So substantial amount of time we will be giving for geometry also. Okay, and the pattern of the class will be, we will do the concepts, practice questions, some other competitive exam questions, and then we will be doing even IIT JAM questions. And every day, every Saturday, okay, we have planned question paper solving, live question paper solving, where Chandrasekhar sir will be, Dr. Chandrasekhar sir will be taking the core paper live solving. Similarly, chemistry faculty, myself, mathematics and also physics sir will be solving live each year question paper like 2025, next 2024. That is every week at least one question paper will be solved. Okay, and when it comes to our paid batch, it is starting from August 1st. Okay, it is starting from August 1st and we are going to complete the syllabus in 4 months, and after that we will be doing complete revision so that you not just clear the previous cutoff that was there, you clear the cutoff in such a way that you get the IIT or the institution of your dream. Okay, like IIT Delhi, IIT something, whatever it is. Okay, that should be your goal, not just clearing the cutoff. It is about getting into the reputed institute which you are aiming for. So we will help you in every way, but you have to put in the effort. Okay, so when it comes to mathematics, let us start with limits now. This much introduction is enough, I guess. So let us start with limits now. All right, let us start with limits. So when I talk about limits, continuity and derivatives, when I talk about limits, continuity and derivatives, what are the topics that are there in the syllabus? Okay, what are the topics that are there in the syllabus that you should study? So one is limit at a point. Okay, concept of limit at a point, that is there. Next, LHL and RHL, left-handed limit, right-handed limit, everything I will explain. Next is properties of limits, indeterminate form, methods of solving the limits. Okay, so these are the various methods that we have, and what are the various rules: LH rule, continuity, differentiability, differentiation. Okay, so first you have to study about limits, then continuity, and then differentiation, because if a function is continuous only, then only you can differentiate. So if you learn differentiation without learning continuity, it is like what? It is like having rice without sambar. So that is the thing. That's why you are having just white rice. You need some curry. For that you need continuity. Okay, understood? Clear? So let us start with limits. Without wasting much time, let us start with limit. So see here. Here function what they were given, limit, how do we write? Limit f of x as extends to a, that is what is given, correct? No, limit f of x as extends to a is given as equal to g. So here, from here one point is coming, from here one point is coming, this is the actual point. Okay, they are approaching each other but they will not meet. Okay, you are approaching each other but you will not meet. So what happens is, suppose you are going to meet your friend. Okay, what kind of friend, that you decide. You are going from this side, from opposite side another friend is coming, but what happens is suddenly train comes, train block is kept. Okay, railway gate is closed. What happens? You have come so far, from how many kilometers doesn't matter, but you will not be able to meet. Okay, that is the meaning of you are approaching but you are not able to meet. Okay, like this real life example I will give so that you will be able to connect. Okay, so you approach there but you are not able to meet. That is the meaning of limiting value. Okay, that is the meaning of limiting value. That much you understand. Now, first of all, limit at a point I am telling. That is what point? That railway gate is our point. Okay, that railway gate is our point. Till there we have approached. Okay, but you say train is opposite. Okay, you go back, seeing that train is there, I will not be able to meet, you will go back. But your friend says that I was waiting for you. How do you know that he or she really waited? We don't know, right? So that is the meaning of whether limit exists or not. The person had come or not, we have to check it. That is the meaning of first left-handed limit, Okay, first it should exist. First of all, left-handed limit should exist and right-handed limit should exist. If left-handed limit, right-handed limit exists, then we say that limit at that point is existing. Okay, what do you mean by right-handed, left-handed limit? Now let us see that. I hope it is clear till here. Now let us take this point. Okay, this is point A. Okay, so you are coming from this side. For point A, this is which side? Left side. Okay, and your friend is coming from right side. Okay, so when you are coming from left side, left of A, we consider something is as negative. Okay, something as negative, but actually it is not minus A. We call it as A minus. You are coming from left side. That is nothing but you are coming from left side. You are coming from right side. We call it as A positive. Okay, just denoting. You are not telling that you are a negative person or positive person, or your blood group is A negative or B negative or nothing like that. Just for denoting, if you are coming from left side, we are calling it as A minus. If you are coming from right side, you call it as A plus. So this much you remember. So when I put the function I will write it as f of x. For function, when I put A minus, I get the value something L. For function, if I put A plus, for the same function, if I put the value A plus, if I get value L. Here also I should get L, here also I should get L. If it is same, then I say that the limit at this point is existing. Otherwise, if it is coming minus L, if here it is plus L, it is not existing. Otherwise, if it is coming here L, if it is coming here M, not equal. They both should be equal. So what I told left side, this is called left-handed limit. My left hand, this is called left-handed limit. This is called right-handed limit. Okay, that means what? Left-handed limit should be equal to right-handed limit. Okay, so first of all it should exist, means there should be A minus. First of all there should be A plus. That means what? You should be ready to go, and you should, first of all, you should have a friend. That is the meaning of existing. Okay, then only we can talk about approaching. First of all, you should have planned to meet your friend. Without that, how can you say that limit exists? So first of all, you should understand limit exists or not. After, if it is existing, if it is equal or not, then only we can say that limit at a point is some value we can say. Clear? Ishant, are you able to understand? Clear? So first of all, this is the thing. So understand one thing. So limit, left-handed limit, LHL for function f of x, limit f of x extends to A minus. Okay, that means what? Here x is not equal to minus A. X is not equal to minus A. Don't take it as equal to minus A. X extends to A minus means it is coming from left side. That's all. Okay, exists and it is finite value. Finite value means some value. It should not be infinity. Okay, limit exists. Limit f of x extends to A minus. Exists means what? You are moving to meet your friend and you are able to go up till some point. That is finite value. So we say that left-handed limit is there. Similarly, if I talk about right-handed limit, limit f of x extends to A plus. A plus means what? It is not x is equal to plus A. It is not like that. It is you are coming from right side. That is the notation we are using. A minus means you are coming from left side. Plus means you are coming from right side. That is the thing you have to remember. Got it? So here also it should exist and it should be finite. So like I told, this value should be equal to some. Suppose if I am getting 2 here also it should get 2. So then I say that LHL is equal to RHL. Therefore, limit f of x extends to A. Just A. Here it is what? Not plus or minus. Here it is just extends to A. Will be equal to L. Or in this case it will be equal to 2. Okay. What LHL will be equal to, what RHL will be equal to, same value will be the limit. Okay. So finally what we will say? Here A minus, here we took A plus, finally we will say extends to A. Here what it is? Extends to A plus, extends to A minus. Here it is extends to A. So what the value we get here should be equal to this one. So ultimately what will this be equal to? This will be equal to this one. Okay. That is the meaning of limit. Okay. LHL should be there, RHL should be there. First of all, they should be there and they should be equal. Then we say that actual limit is there. Okay. First you should be there, your friend should be there and you should be equal. Okay. Then we say that exists and also limit value will get it. Otherwise, if you are someone, if that person is unknown, limit does not exist. Okay. When if you are getting the value same, but if it is sign is different means the number itself is different. So be careful. Suppose you are getting plus 1, here you are getting minus 1. That time limit does not exist. Limit does not exist. Clear? So this is the meaning of limit. Okay, this is the meaning of limit. Okay, so milke bhi mil na sake. That's all. That is, you are able to go till there, but you are not able to meet. So far, I mean, so close, it's so far. Like that you can say. Okay, that is you reach the final, you are able to get that point, but in last one point you are not able to win the point. That is the meaning of limit. Got it? You are not getting the exact value. So LHL and RHL. Okay, so let us go to the actual topic now. So that is what I have written here. X tends to a minus left side, x tends to a plus right side. Okay. Now, where we can use LHL and RHL for use in question? What kind of question we can use LHL and RHL? So most importantly, concept I am telling. At the ultimately, you should be able to solve the question. Ultimately, where we can use this, that is important. We are not here to learn complete mathematics. We are here to crack the exam. So for that, you should know where to use LHL and RHL. First thing is piecewise defined function. Piecewise defined function. Piece means not the piece which you think like piece or whatever, not that thing. Piecewise defined function means function which can be split. Okay, suppose they give f of x is equal to some mx plus c. So this function can be split into mx plus c when x is greater than 0, for at modulus. F of x can be written as equal to minus mx plus c when x is less than 0. Like this is the meaning of split. So LHL or RHL can be used for piecewise defined function. So this is what is called GIF. GIF function means, you understand this, please, important, this is very important. This is what GIF function means. It is called greatest integer function. Okay, just remember the name now. I will tell you what is greatest integer function. GIF function means what? It is greatest integer function. That is what I have written. GIF means not the what you send in WhatsApp or wherever. GIF means it is greatest integer function. This is fractional function. Bracket S means this flower bracket kind means fractional function. Square bracket means greatest integer function. This line, this is modulus function. So whatever is within it will become positive. This square root, you know that already you know that what is square root. So for such kind of function you will use LHL and RHL and find out whether the limit is there or not. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now we will see the question. We will use LHL and RHL to find the whether limit exists or not. Now see here, first of all they have given limit modulus of x minus 2 by x minus 2 as x tends to 2 is equal to what? Is equal to 1, minus 1 does not exist, none of this. You may think this is appears like a difficult question. After I solve, it appears like an easy question to you. Then you may think that this will not come in the examination. Similar type of question has come in the examination. Okay, similar type of question has come in the examination. That's why we will raise the bar to some extent so that you feel easy in the examination. So observe here, first of all modulus is given. So first of all let me write the modulus function, that is modulus of x minus 2. Correct? No? If I remove the modulus, what I will get? I will get two functions. One is modulus if I remove, we will have plus and minus. Modulus if I remove means you will have what? Plus and minus. Correct? No? So if it is plus, it will become x minus 2 only. If it is minus, what it will become? If it is minus, it will become what? I will write with minus, I will write it as x minus 2. With minus, I will write it as x minus 2. Correct? No? With minus, I will write it as x minus 2. So this modulus of x minus 2 became what? X minus 2, positive means x is greater than 0, negative means x is less than 0. So we got how many functions? Two functions. So this I will put it here. Okay, this I will put it here. What is f of x that we have here? F of x, what do you have? Modulus of x minus 2 by x minus 2. Modulus of x minus 2 by x minus 2. Now I have to split this and write it. So if I have to split it and write it, what I can write? So f of x is equal to x minus 2 by x minus 2 if x is greater than or equal to, what is the limit that they have given? X tends to what? 2. So if x is greater than or equal to not 0, here we should write what? X is greater than or equal to 2. Okay, what is the limit they have given? X tends to what here? 2. So we have to write what? X is greater than or equal to 2. So we have got what? X minus 2 by x minus 2. So f of x, when I take the second function, that is what? Minus of x minus 2 by x minus 2. So if what? If x is less than or equal to 2. Okay. Now what I will get? See this x minus 2 I can cancel, right? X minus 2 if I cancel, what I will get? Equal to what? 1. Correct? So this one also I can cancel. This x minus 2 I can cancel. So this is what? If I cancel, what I will get? Minus 1. So what I got here, this I will name it as RHL. Positive value I got it as RHL. Negative value what I got? This I will name it as LHL. Okay. LHL what I got? Minus 1. Now observe this carefully and tell me whether RHL is equal to LHL. Nishant, you should also tell me if you are watching. Is it yes or no? Is it equal? If it is equal, say yes. If it is not equal, say no. Is LHL equal to RHL? Here, is LHL equal to RHL? Kindly tell me, is LHL equal to RHL or not? RHL we got it as equal to 1. LHL will got it as equal to -1. Definitely, obviously, as you can see, RHL is equal to 1, but LHL is equal to -1. So it is definitely not equal. Yes, correct, Nishan. That's good. So LHL is not equal to RHL. Correct? LHL is not equal to RHL. But for limit to exist, I told you in the beginning. See here, what did I say? This LHL, observe here carefully. Okay, this LHL, I'll share this with you. For our students, I'll share this with you, no need to worry. So this LHL should be equal to RHL, but here it is not equal. Here it is not equal. So it is not equal means what? Limit, does it exist? Limit does not exist. So the answer is what? The answer is option C. Got it? So the answer is option C. So the limit does not exist. Understood why it is option C? Any difficulty? Just based on concept. Just based on the concept of limit, question has come. Okay, similar question is there in your PYQ also. Okay, we will solve that later, no need to worry. So just based on the concept of modulus function, okay, if you know modulus function, then if you know limit concept, LHL is not equal to RHL means limit does not exist, the answer is C. Okay, first class I am going little slow, you have to focus. After this we will pick up the pace, no need to worry. Next, now when I said that, when I put x is equal to 2, okay, before this, let me solve one more question. Suppose if they give limit x tends to 2, 3x square plus 2x is equal to how much? This is the question. Okay, limit x tends to 2, 3x square plus 2x by 2x. Okay, limit x tends to 2, 3x square plus 2x by 2x is equal to how much? When they give the question like this, what happens? I have to just put the value. When this is a piecewise function? No, this is a normal. What is the function? What is f of x here? What they have given f of x here? F of x what they have given? 3x square plus 2x by 2x, that's all. 3x square plus 2x plus 2x. So is this any modulus function, GIF function? No, this is just a normal function. When they give it like this, when they ask you to find the limit of this, no need to find LHL and RHL. Just what you have to do, put 2 here. Wherever x is there, what I should put? Just put 2. So if I put x is equal to 2, what will this become? This will become 3 into 2 square plus 2 into 2. So divided by 2 into 2. So 3 into 2 square is what? 4. 3 into 4 plus 2 into 2 is 4 divided by 4. So what I will have? 3 4s are 12. Okay. 12 plus 4 is 16. 16 by 4. So 4 1s are 4 4s are. So the answer what I will get here is equal to 4. Understood? Understood? So such simple questions have also come. Okay, such simple questions have also come. So if it is like this, if you are getting direct value, it is totally no problem. Or even if you are getting, if I am after putting the value, suppose same question, observe carefully, same question, limit 3x square plus 2x by just 2 as x tends to 0. If I write it x tends to 0, what will this be? This will become equal to what? This will become 3 into 0 plus 2 into 0 by 2. So this will become what? 3 into 0 is 0. 2 into 0 is 0. So this will become 0 by 2. So 0 by anything is 0 itself. 0 by anything is 0 itself. So the answer is 0. So these are all what? Direct finite values I am getting. After putting the value, if I am getting any finite value, 0, any value, then totally fine, I can solve it. But sometimes, let me take this question now. Limit x tends to 0, 3x square plus 2x by 2x. Now try this. What happens now? Yes, Nishan, that's perfectly fine. That is 4 is the answer. Next question, if you put 0, we are getting 0 as the answer. If you get 0, totally no problem for us. But if you are getting here, what you can do, see here, if I put 0 here, this will become, numerator will become 0, and what happens to denominator? Denominator will also become 0. So what I will get? 0 by 0. In school level, what we have learned? 0 by 0, we will write it as 0, or we will write it as infinity. But this is not infinity. Okay, anything by 0 is infinity, but 0 by 0 is not infinity. 0 by 0 is 0 by 0 itself. Okay, so we are not able to determine what is the value. Okay, we are not able to determine what is the value. So what we got here? 0 by 0, correct? 0 by 0 we got it. Okay, so for this exact value is what? We don't know. Okay, similarly, if I say for same question, a little modify it, limit as x tends to 0, 3 plus 2x by 2x. What is the value I will get? Focus here, please. First focus, you can write down. So limit x tends to 0, 3 plus 2x by 2x. So what I can do? This will become 3 plus 2 into 0 is 0. Okay, divided by 2 into 0 is 0. So this will become what, friends? This will become 3 by 0. So anything by 0 is what? Anything by 0 is infinity. Okay, infinity. So this also I should not consider. So if I am getting the forms, so focus here. If I am getting the forms like, see, infinity by infinity, 0 by 0, okay, 0 minus 0, okay, infinity minus infinity, or sometimes you may also get 1 to the power of infinity. Okay, here am I getting any definite value? I am not getting any definite value. So such kind of questions, this is also perfectly okay. If I am getting infinity also okay, but I should not get infinity by infinity, 0 by 0, 0 minus 0, infinity minus infinity. So these are 1 to the power of infinity. So these forms, they are called, am I able to determine the value? I am not able to determine the value. When I am not able to determine the value, what is the opposite word of determine? It is indeterminate. So what is these forms called? Indeterminate forms. So these are called indeterminate forms. So that is what I have written here. They are called what? Indeterminate forms. So they are called indeterminate forms. Okay. So what are the indeterminate forms? So that we have 0 by 0, infinity by infinity, infinity minus infinity, infinity into 0, 0 to the power of 0. Okay, anything to the power of 0 is 1, but 0 to the power of 0 is not 1. Understand one thing. Okay, infinity to the power of 0 and also 1 to the power of infinity. Okay, these are the 7 indeterminate forms. How many forms? 7 indeterminate forms. So on solving the question, yes, Nishan, that is perfectly fine. 0 is the right answer for that question. I understand. So when it comes to this one, when you get indeterminate forms, what happens is, you are not getting the exact value, but in the options they will not give like this. In the options they will give the exact value. So to get that exact value, we have certain methods to solve the limit. Certain methods to solve the limit. Okay, there are certain methods to solve the limit. Now I will tell you what are those methods. So first of all, you have to understand that this 0 by 0 form, I can solve it by using a method called L'Hopital rule. Okay, some people read it as L'Hospital rule. The wording is hospital, but it is not hospital. You have to read it as L'Hopital rule. S is silent. Okay, L'Hopital rule, or L'Hopital rule also people say L'Hopital rule. L'Hopital rule. This is the rule that we will use to do 0 by 0 form. Okay, L'Hopital rule will use for 0 by 0 form. So these forms we will convert to L'Hopital rule form, and this infinity by infinity form. So this infinity by infinity form, we have a short trick. This infinity by infinity form, we have a short trick that I will tell you. So 0 by 0 form, we have L'Hopital rule. When it comes to infinity by infinity form, we have a short trick. Now 1 to the power of infinity. Okay, whenever I get question on 1 to the power of infinity, question in the form of 1 to the power of infinity, I feel very happy because it's very simple to solve the question. For that we have a property. You can by heart the formula. For that also I can say there is a formula, but I have given, or you can see in certain books they use the property name. The property name is called tree monkey property. Or you can use it in your language. Tree monkey, what do you call in your language? You can think about it, then you can understand. So if you in your vernacular language, in your own mother tongue, what do you call a tree monkey? What do you call it? Tree monkey in our language, on your language? Marakoti. That is a property we will use for 1 to the power of infinity. 1 to the power of infinity will use this property. Okay, so what happens is, there will be a tree, and there is a monkey. Okay, so if you apply this property, this monkey will come down. From this tree, one branch is also removed. While coming down, it doesn't come along. Okay, this monkey will come down, along with the monkey it will also remove the branch. So from the tree we have to remove one branch. So that is the meaning of it. Or you can say that the function will be f of x to the power of g of x. Okay, so what happens is the g of x is the monkey, g of x comes down, along with that this f of x, for this f of x 1 is removed, that is you have to subtract by 1. Why? Because this is the tree, from the tree while monkey is coming it will break one branch and come. So for f of x you remove 1, so g of x is coming down. Okay, this is the meaning of it. Clear? This is the tree monkey property we will use. So till now we learnt what is the limit, what is LHL, what is RHL, correct? So what is LHL and RHL, they should be equal for limit to exist. Then for certain question directly you can apply. When you apply directly, if you are getting finite value like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, even if you are getting infinity, that is totally fine. But if after applying directly, if you are getting like indeterminate forms like this, for that we have certain methods to solve the limit. So for 0 by 0 form we have L'Hopital rule. Okay, for other forms you have to convert to 0 by 0 form. For infinity by infinity we have a short trick. For 1 to the power of infinity we have tree monkey property. So this much we have learned. Now let us see what are the various methods. Okay, now let us see what are the various methods to solve the limit. Clear? So let us see what are the various methods to solve the limits. Clear till here? Now algebra of limits. See, looking at this formula, no need to panic. No need to panic. Suppose limit f of x is equal to L and limit g of x is equal to M. Okay, limit f plus or minus g is equal to C. What I can say? Observe here carefully. There are two limits. This limit the value is M. For this limit the value is N. Okay, the limit of this and limit of this separated by what? Plus. Can be separated and written plus in between. So see here, limit of sum is equal to sum of their limits. Limit of f of plus or minus g, limit of f of plus or minus c can be written as limit f of x, x to the power x tends to a plus or minus limit g of x. I am writing limit together f of f and g by same limit. That can be separated. Separated. That's it. Okay, limit f plus or minus g can be written as limit f plus limit g. Okay, same thing when it comes to minus. See, I will write it here. Limit f plus g can be written as, let it tend to anything, can be written as limit f plus limit g. So these are the property. This is one first property. So if it is minus also it is same. Minus also it is same. Got it? So I can write it like this. Limit f plus or minus g can be written as limit f plus limit g. Okay, limit of f plus or minus g can be written as limit f plus or minus limit g. Are you able to understand, Nishan, this property? Limit f plus or minus g can be written as limit f plus or minus limit g. Separate and write it. That's it. Clear? Next, when it comes to multiplication. When it comes to multiplication, it is also same. Okay, when it comes to multiplication, limit f into limit g, limit f into g, limit of f into g, I can separate and write it as what? Limit f into limit g. Okay, here what I wrote, limit f plus g, it can be written as limit plus f limit g. Limit f into g can be written as limit f into limit g. Okay, got it? But be careful, this one, limit f by g can be written as what? Limit f by g cannot be written as limit f by limit g. Understand one thing. Focus here, observe here, this limit f, observe here, focus here. So limit f by g should be written as limit f by g only. I cannot write it as limit f by limit g. I cannot write it. This I cannot write it. So be careful. This property holds good for addition and subtraction and also for multiplication. For division it doesn't hold good. Okay, limit of f of g is not equal to limit f by limit g. Okay, is not equal to limit f by limit g. This you should be careful. Okay, so that's why here I have written limit f of g, f by g is equal to L by m. That's all. Directly I can write it L by m. What is the value I have? I should not separate and divide it. So please make a note of this. Okay, wherever I say certain exception cases, that to make a note. Other things you will be able to remember, no need to worry. Next thing is limit k times f of x, that is any constant is there, okay, any constant is there, that time limit is there, along with the limit constant is there, or even in differentiation or even in integration, okay, constant along with the function, I am not telling just constant, constant along with the function is there within the function, that time what we should do, we should throw out the constant, okay, even in limit, even in differentiation, even in integration. So, you will throw out the constant, that constant in physics we call it as scalar, correct? No sir, we call it as scalar multiple when constant is there. So, that is called scalar multiple in physics, otherwise we will throw it out and keep it outside, that is called scalar multiple, okay. They will ask us to find that scalar multiple, or they will ask us to find that constant. So, this is called k, so k will come out. So, k times, see, limit of k times f of x is equal to k times limit of f of x, okay, that is it. So, that is the meaning of it, clear? So, this is about algebra of limit, this is about algebra of limit, okay. Nothing is there, just addition, subtraction, multiplication. You have to be careful with division, you cannot divide, you cannot separate and divide the limits, that is not possible. And when it comes to constant, constant will be kept outside. See, observe here carefully, I write example for constant. Limit 2 times, okay, sin theta as x tends to as or theta tends to 0. See, observe here, limit 2 times sin theta as theta tends to 0. Here what is the constant? 2. So, this can be written as what? 2 times limit sin theta as x theta tends to 0. That is the meaning I am telling. Clear? Got it? Now, this one I will tell you later, no need to worry about it now. This table will help you in this thing. So, I told you when we get the indeterminate form, we have to use various methods to solve the limits. So, one is direct substitution. If you are getting the answer directly, that is no problem at all for us. Direct substitution, we solved some questions where we got 4 as the answer and where we got 0 as the answer and where we got infinity as the answer. So, direct substitution is one method. Next is factorization, another one is rationalization. Next, we are using trigonometric limits. Okay, so for that basic of trigonometry is required. Next, we are having logarithmic and exponential limits. Then 1 to the power of infinity form. 1 to the power of infinity form, we will use tree monkey property, TMP, I will write it. Okay, tree monkey property will use for 1 to the power of infinity. Then we have infinity by infinity form. For that I told short trick I told. So, for this what we will use? We will use one short trick. So, please remember this. So, expansion of limits and LH rule. Okay, how to expand the limit and also LH rule. L'Hopital rule is, I write it in short form as LH rule. Okay, whenever I say LH rule, you should remember that 0 by 0 form comes means we have to use LH rule. LH rule means we have to just differentiate. Okay, numerator and denominator we have to differentiate. Clear? Now, let us proceed. First is what? Direct substitution. First is what? Direct substitution. So, direct substitution, when it comes to direct substitution, so if by directly putting the value of x is equal to a, that is what? See here, limit x tends to a, f of x is given. If I put x is equal to a in f of x, if I get some finite value like L, then that is called direct substitution. Okay, that is called direct substitution. That is called direct substitution. Got it? Just a minute. So, that is called direct substitution. So, that is called direct substitution when we get a finite value. When we get a finite value, that is called direct substitution. Clear? Now, this kind of questions are easy to solve. For example, see here, limit of 3x square plus 4x plus 5 as x tends to 1. So, please try by yourself. I will give you 2 minutes. Please try by yourself. Those who are watching, please try by yourself and please try to answer, because I have already solved such type of questions. Here, what you have to do? First, tell me the method. What you have to do? What you have to do? We have to put x is equal to 1. So, wherever x is there, put it is value is equal to 1. Then you have to see what the value you are getting. What you are getting? 12. That is good. Your calculation is fast. So, this will become what? 3 plus 4 plus 5, that is, it will become equal to 12. So, the answer is what? What is the answer, Nishan? What is the answer we get? We get answer is equal to what? Option A, 12. Okay, this is what? Direct substitution. This is direct substitution. But such kind of questions hardly you will get in the examination. But if you get, you are lucky. But direct substitution question, if they give also, they will give it a function like modulus function or fractional function or greatest integer function. For that, first of all, you should know what is a modulus function, you should know what is a greatest integer function. Okay, direct substitution question will come along with some not common function, it will come with some greatest integer function, modulus function we already solved. Mostly you will get modulus function, clearly, because I am telling based on PYQ analysis. Alright, now 12 is the right answer. Yeah, that is good, Nishan. Now let us move to the next type, that is what? Factorization. Okay, factorization when we will use is when it is a rational function. Rational function means if the function is in the form of fraction. Okay, if the function is in the form of fraction, that is you will have numerator and denominator. Okay, such a function in such a way that you can take some common out of it. Okay, you will take some common out of it such that that factor you can cancel. Okay, see here, limit f of x by g of x extends to a by direct substitution x is equal to a. If you get, see, the function is f of x is one function and g of x is one function. How are they related? By division, that is we have in between we have division, that is f of x divided by g of x. So by direct substitution, that what I should do, for wherever x is there in the numerator I should put a, for denominator wherever x is there I should put what? A. So by direct substitution what I am getting, if I am getting a finite value, totally no problem at all for me, the question is solved. But if we get indeterminate forms like 0 by 0, infinity by infinity, or any of the 7 indeterminate forms which I told, so there we cannot solve directly, correct? No, we are not getting the direct answer. So for that what we have to do, we should factorize both numerator and denominator. Numerator is what here? It is f of x. Denominator is what here? It is g of x. So we have to factorize both numerator and denominator, then you will get some factor like x minus a. Okay, so we should cancel that factor. You can call this factor as a culprit. So what we will do, culprits we will try to eliminate from the society. Eliminate means not kill, we will send them to jail. So like that only we will cancel them here and solve the question. So when we factorize we will get something common or a factor, x minus a is a factor like that, so will be a factor, we will cancel it. Got it? So when we get f of x by g of x, direct method you are not getting the value, so we should do what? We should factorize it. On factorizing we will get something common in both numerator and denominator, cancel it, then you put the direct value. Okay, see, factorization method, then again it goes back to direct substitution method. Okay, so the question will be reduced into such a form that you have to directly apply the value. Okay, so that is the meaning of it. Now go back to the direct substitution method. Okay, now let us see the question to understand this. Now they have given the value of limit 3x minus 3 by 3x minus 3 to the power of x minus this one, 3 to the power of x by 2 minus 3 by 3 to the power of x minus 9. Okay, so let me change the question for you to make it more simple. Let me make it as okay, let it be this question only, let me solve, no problem. So here first of all you should understand that there is one identity. So you would have learnt about identities like a plus b whole square, a minus b whole square, and most important identity that we will be using is in limits in factorization, that is a minus b into a plus b is equal to what? A square minus b square. Please make a note of it. This is the identity we will be using. A minus b into a plus b is equal to a square minus b square. Now 3 to the power of x by 2 by minus 3 is there. In denominator we have 3 to the power of x minus 9. So here in the denominator if I take a is equal to what? This is what I can take this as here. I have what? 3 to the power of x minus 9. So if I take a square is equal to 3 to the power of x and b is equal to 9 or b square is equal to 9. So a square is equal to 3 to the power of x, b square is equal to 9. So if I want a, what I should do? If I want a, this will become what? A will become equal to 3 to the power of x square root of 3 to the power of x, correct now? B will become what? Equal to square root of 9. This little complex question I am explaining in detail, don't worry. So whenever I put square roots here, if I put square root of 3, that is nothing but equal to 3 to the power of 1 by 2. Understand this? If I put square root of 3, that is nothing but equal to what? 3 to the power of 1 by 2. If I write cube root of 3, I can write it as what? 3 to the power of 1 by 3. If I write fourth root of 3, that is nothing but equal to what? 3 to the power of 1 by 4. Similarly, if I write square root of 3 to the power of x, that is nothing but equal to what? 3 to the power of x by 2. Understood why? Because this is square root. Numerator there it was 1, but here numerator is we are having x. So 3 to the power of x by 2. correct? Can I write it? Okay. So b will be what? Square root of 9 means it is nothing but 3. So b is equal to 3. So we got what? A is equal to what? 3 to the power of x by 2. B is equal to 3. Correct? So I could have directly solved this question, but I have written this in detail so that you people have to understand, because so many of you have lost touch with mathematics, I understand. So in detail I am explaining. Okay, suppose you are preparing for JEE or some other competitive exam that is of inter level, you would have known this, you would have used this multiple times. Now that you have lost touch of these concepts, I am explaining in detail. So see here, if this can be written as 3 to the power of x by 2, b is equal to 3. Now this question becomes what? Observe carefully, please observe, this will be there in the board, don't worry. So here a is what? 3 to the power of x by 2, b is what? 3. So this question I can write it as what? Observe here. So now I have function, let me write down the function. Now I have numerator, what do I have? Numerator I have 3 to the power of x by 2 minus 3. Denominator I have what? Denominator what I have? 3 to the power of x minus 9. Okay, 3 to the power of x minus 9. So this 3 to the power of x minus 9, a square minus b square can be written as what? A minus b into a plus b. Okay, a minus b into a plus b. So this a square minus b square is what? A square is what I have? A square is nothing but 3 to the power of x. B square is 9. So what I got the value of a? Observe very carefully. So observe carefully this one. A square minus b square is equal to a minus b into a plus b. So a square is what? What I got? 3 to the power of x. B square is 9. So a minus b. A, what is the value I got? A is equal to 3 to the power of x by 2. So I can write this as 3 to the power of x by 2 minus b is 3. This is 3 to the power of x by 2 plus b is 3. Now if I put these values here, instead of 3 to the power of x minus 9, if I put these values here, what I will get? Focus here. Now this will become limit, what is the limit? X tends to, let us write it, this will be 3 to the power of x by 2 minus 3. This again will become 3 to the power of x by 2 minus 3 into 3 to the power of x by 2 plus 3. This is what I have. Now if I put bracket here, is it same? This one and this one, is it same or not? It is same. I can cancel. So if I cancel this, what do I have? I will left with 3 to the power of x by 2 plus 3. What is the limit tending to? X is tending to 2. So here limit x is tending to 2. So limit x tends to 2. So this will become what? This limit will become what? Limit will become what? 1 by 3 to the power of x by 2 means it is nothing but 2 by 2. 2 by 2 plus 3. So that will be equal to what? 1 by 2 by 2 is 1. So 3 plus 3. So the answer is 1 by 6. What is the option? That is option C is the right answer to this question. Option C is the right answer to this question. This is not IIT JAM level question, this is JEE main level question. So no need to worry. If you didn't understand in the first instance, I have written in detailed solution. Okay, those who are watching, if you are not written it down, you can take a screenshot also, not a problem. So the answer that you will get is 1 by 6. Nishan, that is perfectly alright. 1 by 6 you got, that is good. Okay, you also got 1 by 6. So this is the way. Most important thing you have to remember is you should know factorizing. So to factorize this, what is the identity we use? This is the identity we use. So this will be using multiple times. Okay, this identity will be using multiple times. So here identifying what is A, what is B is little difficult in this question, but with this simple procedure we are able to identify. So on identifying what I got, what is the culprit I got? 3 to the power of x by 2 minus 3, 3 to the power of x by 2 minus 3. So this culprit we will remove and then we will put the direct substitution method, we will get it as answer, we will get it as 1 by 6. Clear? It is perfectly alright now. Now let us move to the next type of question. If you have any doubt, you can ask. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Let us move to the next type of method. See here. So rationalization. Okay, so the method is called rationalization. Let me just check how much is over. So next method that we have is, it is called rationalization. So first of all, when we will use rationalization, first of all you should have f of x by g of x. Okay, one of them or both of them involve square root. So in any question, if you are looking, if you are having square root, okay, if you are having in the function itself, if you are having square root, rationalize. Okay, don't even think second time, don't even have second thought. If you are seeing rational, if you are seeing square root in the question, okay, if f of x is having square root, what we should do? We should rationalize. Okay, we should rationalize and go back to direct substitution. Okay, when we should do that? When we are having involving this square root, cube root, whatever it is. If you are having square root, please rationalize. Okay, so how to rationalize? So how to rationalize? So first of all, you should understand that how to rationalize. Suppose I write 2 plus root 3 divided by 2 minus root 3. So how to rationalize this? I have to rationalize the denominator. So I will multiply whatever is in the denominator like this, 2 and root 3, 2 and root 3. But here minus sign is there. While multiplying, I have to change the sign. While changing the sign, this will become what? Plus 2 plus root 3 by 2 plus root 3. Clear? Observe carefully. Don't write down. Please observe. 2 plus root 3 into 2 plus root 3 is what I will use? I will use 2 plus root 3 into 2 plus root 3 is 2 plus root 3 whole square. This is what? A plus b whole square formula. But this is what? 2 minus root 3 into 2 plus root 3 is what? A minus b into a plus b. So this is nothing but what? A square minus b square. Correct? No. So a square is what? 2 square minus b square is what? Root 3 square. So a plus b whole square, I will keep it as it is. I will expand it later, not a problem for us. So this will become 2 square is 4 minus root 3 square. Root 3 into root 3 is 3. Understand this. Root 3 into root 3 is 3. Okay. Understand this. 3 can be written as what? Root 3 into root 3. Root 3 into root 3 can be written as what? 3. Okay. So understand this. Most importantly, when it comes to competitive exam, when it comes to multiple choice question based exam or numerical assertive based question or multiple select questions or whatever it is, so you have to understand this. When you are learning for board exam, when you are in inter or whatever, that time you used to learn the formulas from left side to right side. That is a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. Now you have to attune your mind in such a way that you should learn the formula from right side to left side. Okay, you already know the formula, but you have to build a mindset so that you should be able to identify that if you are getting a square plus b square plus 2ab, that means it is nothing but equal to a plus b whole square. That mindset you have to develop when it comes to competitive exam. Okay, so that is what I am telling. So whenever 3 is given, you should be able to identify that it can also be written as root 3 into root 3. And whenever root 3 into root 3 is written, it is 3, you understand. But whenever 3 is given, you should also be able to write it as root 3 into root 3. Suppose x is there, here root x is there. Okay, so you should be able to write this x as what? Root x into root x divided by root x. Now what will happen? This root x and root x I can cancel, then you can apply the limit. Okay, otherwise directly if you apply, you will get the different value. Got it? So you should be in a position to write 3 as root 3 into root 3. This kind of mindset you have to develop. That will come with practice and with constant focus with respect to your preparation. Got it? Whenever I say something important, please note it down. Other than that, no need to note it down. Okay, this will be provided to you, no need to worry. Got it? Now when I talk about this question, see what I will get it? 4 minus what it is? 4 minus 3. So this will be equal to what? 2 plus root 3 whole square is a plus b whole square. So this will become 4 plus root 3 into root 3 is 3 plus 2 into 2 is 4 root 3 divided by 1. So 4 plus 3 is what? 7 plus 4 root 3. So this one nothing I can do because this is irrational number, this is rational number. Rational and irrational I cannot add. You keep it as it is. That's it. Got it? Now let us go to the question and solve. That is what? See here. The question is what? First of all, why I should rationalize? So first of all, observe this. Suppose I put x is equal to 3, what I will get? If I put x is equal to 3, what happens to this question? This will become 3 minus 3, this will become 0, this will become what? 3 minus 2 is root 1, okay, 4 minus 3 is root 1. So this will become 0 by root 1 minus root 1, that is root 1 minus root 1 is 0, we will get it in the form of 0 by 0 form. Finite value are not getting. That means what? We have to use some other method instead of direct substitution. But what is the method that I can use? Since square root is given, I told you, when you see the square root, okay, don't have a second thought, directly rationalize it. So here in this question what I can do, let me just take the function, okay, no need to write limit again and again. We want multiple choice question, this is not board exam, okay. So x minus 3 divided by square root of x minus 2 minus square root of 4 minus x. So what I should multiply here, focus here, I should multiply this entire, I should take this entire denominator. This will become what? Square root of x minus 2. Again I should write square root of 4 minus x. Again denominator again I should write what? Square root of x minus 2 into this is what? Square root of 4 minus x. Here what do I have? Here I have minus, but here I should put what? Plus. So this will become what? A plus b into a minus b, that will become a square minus b square. So this will become what? This will become, see here, x minus 3 into square root of x minus 2 plus square root of 4 minus x, keep it as it is, no need to multiply, keep it as it is. Then this denominator will become what? Square root of x minus 2 minus square root of 4 minus x, that will become x minus 2, okay, x minus 2, observe here carefully, please observe, square root of x minus 2 square root minus square root of 4 minus x, it is square root of x minus 2 plus square root of x 4 minus x is nothing but what? A plus b into a minus b, that is a square minus b square. So if I put square a, square root will cancel, okay, so that will become what? X minus 2 minus 4 minus x. So this is nothing but I can write this as here x minus 2 minus 4 plus x. So this will become what? This actually will give me, focus here, 2x minus 6. This actually will give me 2x minus 6. So whenever I get like this, whenever I get a function, think whether I can take anything common. Okay, think whether I can take anything common. Here I got 2x minus 6. So what I can do? I can take 2 common. I can take 2 common in the denominator. So this will become what? If I take 2 common, this will become what? 2 times into x minus 3. If I multiply, what I will get? 2x minus 6. I have taken 2 common. So see here, what is in the numerator? What is in the numerator? I have x minus 3. Here also I have x minus 3. I can cancel. Now if I apply the limit, limit is what? X tends to 3. So this will become what? Square root of 3 minus 2 is 1 plus square root of 4 minus 3 is 1. So 1 by 2, that is nothing but 1 plus 1 is what? 2. So we will get 2 by 2. The answer will be 1. So that is option A is the right answer. Clear? Understood why it is option A? Those who are watching online, did you understand why it is option A? Okay, this will become what? If I put the value 3, I will get numerator 1 plus 1 and denominator I have 2. So 2 by 2 I will get the value as equal to 1. So most important step for me is, this is my star step, that is I am rationalizing it. Why I am rationalizing it? Because I myself told you while telling about the concept of rationalization, once you see the square root, rationalize it. So how to rationalize it? I have told you here. I have told you here, while multiplying, change the sign. That's it. Okay, even if it is in numerator, square root is there, that also you can rationalize. Okay, wherever, numerator or denominator, whatever it is, whenever you see square root, what you should do? Rationalize. So today in this class, what are we learned? What are the things that we learned? We learned what is a limit, what is LHL and RHL, if they exist, and also if they are equal, we will understand that limit exists. And after that, we learned direct method. If you apply direct method, if you get a finite value, like we got 0, 4, infinity, that is also fine. Okay, so if you are getting the value, no problem. But on putting the values, if you are getting 0 by 0, infinity by infinity, or some other indeterminate forms, what are those forms? 7 forms are there. So for such kind of question, directly we cannot solve. There are various methods to solve such questions. If it is 0 by 0 form, we will use what? We will use L'Hopital rule, that is LH rule. Okay, other forms will convert to 0 by 0 form. Infinity by infinity, we have a certain trick, I will tell you that in the next class. 1 to the power of infinity, I told you there is tree monkey property. So for that we have various methods to solve the limits. One is direct substitution, next is what? Factorization, next is what? We have rationalization. Like this, there are various methods. So today we have learned 3 methods. So remaining methods we will learn in the next class. But before coming to the next class, please revise whatever is done. Okay, please revise whatever is done, then you will be able to solve. Now, if you are having PYQs, question booklet, take out the limits chapter and think about any other question. Think about the questions we have solved. Okay, try to apply the concepts on the questions that are there. Okay, not all questions can be solved using just 3 methods, but some questions at least you can solve. Try solving, even if you get it wrong, not a problem. Okay, you put it in the comment section, or you can drop a message, or you can send an image. We will respond, definitely we will respond. Okay, in the next class we will be solving those questions. Okay, but we will be solving remaining methods and then solve the questions. We will solve very good questions of JEE mains level, so that whatever the questions you are having will be, you will feel it like as if it is very easy. Okay, I will wind up now. Thank you. Let us meet in the next class. Take care. Nishant, I hope it is clear to you. If you have any doubt, you can contact me directly. Okay, thank you. Others, you can post your doubts in the comment section. All right, I will wind up now.